Sweets and Snacks Expo Supplier Showcase returned to Chicago for the final time in its present location. So we delved behind the scenes to gain the inside track on the equipment, systems and ingredients that were making the grade at this year's memorable show, which signed off from the city in some style. As part of our roundup, we speak to companies including TNA, EMA, Benio, Capol, Cargill and finally DT&G Limited from the UK.
Very happy to be back. I was here a year ago and I'm actually quite amazed how much more busy it is this year. Yesterday the aisles were just flooded with people and we had a lot of attendance in our little booth on all kinds of topics, snacks and sweets, so we were quite busy yesterday and today. I wasn't surprised that we had a lot of visitors from Latin America, not just local contingent but Latin America, but there were a lot of people from Africa inquiring about large-scale snacks and sweets productions as well, so it was very pleasing to be here for that.
That's glad to hear it indeed. And obviously the company's just had a big anniversary indeed. How energising has that been for you in the past few months in the wake of that anniversary?
Well, I mean, we had a lot of celebrations, a lot to, of course, celebrate as a company, big achievements, and having a very successful Interpack just a couple of weeks ago. I'm back just a week from Interpack, still a little bit tired, but this is an important enough show. In conjunction with the big show on the confectionery side, it was important to be here, so that's why I'm back so quickly after Interpack.
That's great. And the market here in the US, is it one that's continuing to grow for the business?
Yes, it's a very important market for us. It's always been, and because we supply sort of larger scale industrial size confectionery and snack equipment and packaging equipment, so for us it's a very big and very important market, and we're doing quite well here, and we have to be at shows like this to advance it further. It's wonderful. It's good to see our customers here, and they take a minute from their side and they come over to see us, so it's very pleasing that they come especially and seek us out, and we're happy to go over there and join them and discuss their needs as well. It's a very, very good format for us to have suppliers and customers here at the same time, so it's been very good for us.
Excellent.
Show's been going very well. Again, it's my third year here, and you can kind of see it's been growing each year. Getting to see some old faces, some new faces, and find some new inquiries and learn a little bit about some of the new technologies that are out there.
There's a big push now from the company to provide total solutions for confectionery. Is that proving successful in the region so far?
Yeah, we're really starting to grow. We've had a few, times where we're looking at just the filling solution, and we've ended up taking it down to the full line solution. So it's usually starts with that one inquiry for that one pain point, and that can kind of saddle onto the next pain point, and having the ability to quote the full line, customers can say, okay, this is an easy solution. I only need to think about the start and the end of it, not the interconnections.
As you say, you've just been at Interpack as a company there. How successful was that event compared to others that are out there at the moment?
Interpack was amazing. I didn't get too many customers from the US, but I know from the European side, a lot of my colleagues were constantly busy. I had a few very key meetings over at Interpack because, again, it's one of the biggest packaging shows. People are ready to make a decision. If it's convenient for them, they're heading there to see the total solutions. So I think that was a fantastic success, because really you need that one or two important leads, and that will drive your business.
So far, it's been a decent show so far here, would you say, in total?
Oh yeah, I really enjoy this show. Like I said, I've seen some old faces, I've seen some new faces. I continue to grow my relationship with some of the owners of these companies that are here, and keep building the brand. And a few of the inquiries we've had are looking like solutions that are right up our alley. So I'm very hopeful for next few weeks, kind of doing the follow-ups for this show.
It's been actually lovely to get to the show. This is actually my first show and my first supplier showcase, so it's great to be in front of where customers are looking for different solutions that OFI can provide. And today we're showcasing our nuts and cocoa, but also representing our other businesses of spices, coffee, and dairy. we see huge growth in snacks. You can talk about keto snacks, you can talk about plant-based snacks, you can talk about general, just good snacks. And we see nuts as a high nutrient product that customers are looking for. We have a general health halo around them. They're very tasty and provide great texture. And what we do at OFI is we take our 7 different nuts and we're able to process them in different ways to help tailor them to meet our customers' needs. So we're really excited about it. This is really a great place to be where we see nuts being used quite a lot.
What's the reaction been from people you spoke to so far?
Wonderful. They're really happy to see OFI coming in out just not with nuts, but with its holistic portfolio. And we're having a really successful time talking about how those different products can integrate. And in regards to nuts, outside of, we have several different nuts. So sometimes people just recognize we do cashews or almonds. We also do hazelnuts, peanuts, macadamias, walnuts, and pistachios. So it's really about how can we combine either single ingredients or multiple together. So customers are really excited about the possibilities. A lot of people are interested in flours and also talking about pastes and spreads. So we're really excited to talk about our offering in those 2 categories. But of course we do slices and dices and all different ways that we can coat and caramelize. So I think they're just very interested at the breadth of our portfolio. And again, when we talk to customers about what they're trying to do, they're really happy with the different products that we can offer.
Excellent, and it sounds as if you've got a lot of optimism surrounding the show here. It's going well for you from what you've said.
Absolutely, it's a great place to be. A lot of our customers are here, new customers. We always like to see what's happening. We talk about trends, so it's a great place to validate those things and also engage with customers and other suppliers on what they're doing and seeing, so we can report that back to our customer base and our own innovation team as well.
I've been coming to Sweets and Snacks for many, many years to walk the show, and now that the supplier showcase has come back, we jumped right on it, and we enjoy being here. We've talked to a lot of current customers and also some new customers, so it's clear that the industry is ready for innovation and being open to some new ideas, new ingredient ideas, and we're happy to help.
I believe you've got a core focus this year on your chicory root fiber. Can you tell us the big hope for that this year?
Yes. Well, chicory root fiber, it's a proven prebiotic with decades of research behind it. So it supports digestive health and a number of different benefits regarding weight management, calcium absorption, which leads to bone health improvement. So a lot of different benefits coming from that prebiotic action. We're also highlighting our new organic chicory root fiber. We just started making it a couple years ago, and so now we're producing year on year, and so we're offering that product to the confections and snacks market. As an ingredient supplier, we also make rice-based ingredients, so we have a vegan chocolate as well based on rice to take the dairy out of the chocolate, and people have loved that chocolate as well. We also make isomalt, which is a sugar alcohol, so we've done a no sugar added chocolate with isomalt, and again, the reception's been great compared to a reference chocolate. Yeah. So it works in chocolate for bulk sugar replacement, and then sweeteners are typically added in to bring sweetness back to chocolate. So no sugar added chocolate. It can be used for claims, prebiotic structure function claims could be added to that chocolate as well.
And what's the response been like at the show so far to it?
We've had our prototypes out, and people have loved trying them, and we get a lot of great feedback. We had some people say they like our sugar-reduced product better than the control milk chocolate.
So we were getting a lot of questions from our customers about consumer preferences when it comes to gummy texture. And so what we did was we initiated our own study to understand what types of textures consumers prefer when it comes to different gummies.
Excellent, and I understand that was partly driven by consumer interest and some of your own internal studies as well, is that right?
Yes, it is. And so we understand that there's a full range of textures when it comes to gummies. And so here you can see that it can be really soft, maybe a pectin-based gummy, and then you have some gummies that might be harder to chew, like a gelatin-based gummy, and then at the very end of the continuum you have the really the gummies that are really sticky and really stick to your teeth. And so we understand there's a continuum, and that you can achieve different textures with different combinations of ingredients. And so what we did was we did a study where we took 6 different formulas from really soft to much harder, and then we tested them with consumers. So it was a blind study, and we were really trying to understand what types of textures were more appealing to consumers.
Great.
And what we found is that some of the gummies that were a little bit softer, and so these are some of our pectin-based gummies, maybe made with corn syrup or tapioca syrup, but that softer chew overall is what US consumers preferred in the study. And we also did something called a texture correspondence analysis. So we were taking a look at what kind of textures, how would consumers describe these textures? And so some of the ones that were more appealing to consumers were things like airy, breaks down easily while I'm chewing it, softer, and that's where those pectin-based gummies fell, it was in that category. We also tested the gelatin-based gummies that are a little bit chewy, and so those had some medium appeal to consumers. And then some of the really thicker, harder to chew gummies that really stick to your teeth, those were gummies that consumers found some of those attributes to be less appealing.
I know that the business is here with its chocolate division as well, so as a final thing, how important do you feel shows such as Sweets and Snacks are to Cargill having a presence here?
It's so important for us, and we have a full portfolio with the chocolate and cocoa ingredients and the corn syrup, the sweeteners, the starch, and so this show is so important for us because we are very invested in the confectionery industry, and it's also a fun place to be.
Excellent. And as a show itself, how would you rate Sweets and Snacks? Have you enjoyed it before, and or is this the first time you've been?
I haven't been in probably over a decade. So I have been so excited to be here, and I couldn't wait until the show happened. Yeah, so I'm happy to be back. It's been going great. I'm actually surprised at how many people are here, internationally from around the world, and they're interested in our colors. So the Viva Pigments are special in that they act or perform like an aluminum lathe. So in any application where confectioners need to use a lathe, you can use our Viva Pigments. We're skeptical about using natural colors, but once they put our products in their application, they're always usually surprised at how well they work. So it's a pretty easy sale.
How has they evolved? Is there any particular areas that have been really popular here in America in recent times?
So a lot of people are interested in our titanium dioxide replacer. So that's starting to gain more traction in both bakeries and confections. But the colors, I think they work very well in colored, compound coatings or chocolate type applications.
I haven't finished walking the floor yet. There's so many stands to visit, so many innovative ideas, and that's great because when people are thinking of new products and new consumer trends that need to be met, it's really good for all parts of the industry, for us manufacturers of equipment and for suppliers of products and services as well. So it's a really buoyant feeling to the whole of the show.
You've got your son with you as well. That must be quite nice to have the family involvement as well.
Yeah, it's lovely. I do have Oliver here with me. It's his first event in the US, and it's quite an eye-opener. It's so innovative, and there's so much going on that I think that he's enjoyed it. He's made his own contacts